bringing the club back to how it started. Drive the hands at the ball.
Welcome to the Pines Golf Course. My name's Ed Kotlar, and this is part of WKTV's series, Golf Instructional Series. We are offering you a series of shows, hopefully, to improve your golf game. And I'd say we're at the Pines Golf Course on a beautiful night, and today we're going to talk about the swing and maybe some certain fault. And our expert for today is Larry Stewie. Larry?
Thanks,
Larry
Ed.
is PGA professional, and he's a pro here at the Pines. And been here for how many years, Larry?
This is my second season at the Pines. I worked at various courses throughout the area. Like I said, I've been working job as a golf professional for probably about 10 years, and I've worked as assistant and working bag rooms, picking range balls, kind of what kids do when they first get into this game, and work at golf courses. So I've been in the game pretty much most of my life.
Okay. And our demonstrator for tonight, if he'll step in here, we have Clayton Thalen. He's Granville High School golfer. And Clayton, what year are you in?
I will be a junior next year.
Okay. How's the team?
Doing good. Next year we should be pretty strong, so we're looking forward to that.
Good. And Larry's going to talk, and you're going to demonstrate, right?
That's right.
Okay, so I will turn it over to Larry.
Okay, thanks, Ed. Today we're going to kind of go over the common faults in the golf swing. Slicing, hooking, pushing, pulling, maybe hit fat shots, thin shots. Why are you hitting the ball in certain situations, and maybe some tips and drills to hopefully eliminate bad shots, pretty much. First thing we're going to kind of go over here with Clayton is what I think 90% of the people that play this game, they start hitting something called the slice. Now I'm going to refer to everything I'm going to talk about tonight is pretty much for the right-handed golfer, because since Clayton is right-handed, I'm right-handed myself. A slice to a right-handed golfer would be a ball flight that would go from the left side of your target all the way to the right side of your target, almost like a big cutting motion from left to the right. Big slice, what a lot of people, again, when they first take up this game, this is what they do. Because we are so right side dominant in all the things that we do, that is a key factor as far as having a slice. So I'm going to have Clayton do here is go ahead and set up to a golf ball here. I'm going to have him just do a takeaway only. And when he does his takeaway, I'm going to have him do something that I told him to do earlier in that right elbow. This is a common flaw right here. This right elbow will come flying way away from our body. So when this right elbow comes far from our body, he does something called separation. He'll separate and kind of come over the top, which will cause that cutting motion. The angle at which the club would come in would be on this type of motion, from an outside to in motion. Okay, that will cause that ball to cut and have the rotation of the golf ball be that, so it would be a slicing motion. Easy cure for this, Clayton, just take the club back one more time, show him with the flying right elbow. Okay, good key for this, and I'm going to take it right here, is just take a simple head cover. Take a head cover off your driver, 3-wood, whatnot, and I'll set it right here, put it right under his right arm. See how that keeps that right elbow tight and close to his body. The idea here is when we take the golf club back, keeping that right elbow close to our side, we want to bring it back on that same angle. We don't want to change the path of this club. Obviously, and I'll just go ahead and take this out again, I'll have him take a backswing and just fly that right elbow out. When he separates that right elbow, his first motion, being right side dominant, is to do this. He'll throw that right elbow out, pushing the club out, causing it to slice into the ball. So go ahead and take a backswing one more time. Tuck in that right elbow here, get it nice and close to your body. This would be a good drill also, maybe hit like half shots. Don't need to quite hit full shots. And then right through impact, he'll try to keep that in for as long as possible. I'll have him demonstrate a shot here in a second. He's going to try to keep that into his side for as long as possible, even through impact, and then obviously the club head cover will fall down eventually. But I want him to kind of demonstrate here, keeping that right elbow tucked in your side. Again, this is for the slice, when that right elbow comes shooting out of your side. Good, solid swing. Good follow through, good finish. Club head cover did fall at the end there, that's great. Hit that ball pretty solid, as you probably may have heard. Second thing we can talk about also with a slice, and I'll have him set up one more time to a golf ball, is simple, what we call coming over the top. And the coming over the top is pretty much, I'll have him take a takeaway to the top of his backswing. Now elbow position is good, but a lot of times with that slice, first motion will be, again, even more over the top. Good position is good here at the elbow, but again, that right side domination comes over, again, changing the path of the club, causing the slice. Simple drill for this would be just to take his right foot and just drops it back, oh, say 4 or 5 inches. Okay, depending how severe he is coming over the top, depending on that swing plane and the angle at which the club is coming through. He'll drop that right foot back a little bit to try to alter it so he comes more from the inside. I'll have him demonstrate one shot here. Clayton, about a good 6-8 inches back, take just a normal swing. So there is no over-the-top type swing. You'll notice how he comes back. He'll come more from the inside of the swing path. Go ahead and hit a shot for us real quick. Good. Solidly struck. Came from the inside from the golf ball. Didn't cut across it. Cutting across it meaning that the club did not come through from the outside to in. It came more from the inside to out. Now, the reverse of the slice would obviously be the hook. And the hook is pretty much changing the path. It's kind of what happens when you maybe do these drills too much, or too much to the extreme. Go ahead and set up this golf ball here, Clayton. Takes the club back. He has the club back in a good position, but then also he drops it in so flat and so low, he reverses the motion. He comes from the inside and finishes out and rolls his hands over, almost like a right-handed curveball would be in baseball. That's the rotation of the golf ball as he hits it. It's coming from the inside to out. Okay. Now for this drill, it's pretty much just the opposite of what we did before. I would have maybe his left foot drop back about 6 or 8 inches to get him thinking more of taking the club straight back and finishing more out to in. This is not so common. The big hook, generally, the first thing I would look at is the grip on the golf club. If the grip is not correct, if the swing path is fine, if the swing path is not correct and the grip is fine, I would use this drill. But generally, I'll have him grip the club here real quick. A lot of times people who hook the ball will have this sort of grip right here. We call it the motorcycle grip because he's trying to rev up the motorcycle. This strong grip right here will also alter the club head. So I would definitely say in hooking, if it's not so much the swing itself, if you're hooking the golf ball, I would say check your grip. Check that right hand. Make sure it's in a natural position. Now he'll take his good grip there. Good position. Okay, that's a natural hand position. So I'll have him show the drill, just dropping his left foot back, hitting some shots. Hopefully trying to hit the golf ball straight and keep the club on path and plane back and forth. Good. Oh, caught that one a little skinny. She's changing his swing path a little bit. Okay, we'll hit one more. Just dropping the left foot back a little bit. Good swing. Now, talking a little bit about path and plane, here's a great drill that will cost you pretty much nothing because you already have these tools. It consists of a tee. Go ahead and take this club here, Clayton. I'll take this away from you. It consists of a tee and 2 golf clubs. And what this does here, you take one club, stick it like so towards your target. You take one club length, let's say about 3-4 feet, in line with the previous club. Stick a golf ball right in the center of the 2. What this is a good drill for, again, is getting your swing on plane and on a proper path. Now what this does here, you notice he has a golf tee right in the butt end of his club. Takes the club back and he points that tee right at the golf club, right here. Good position. Okay, extends that line through. Now he does a follow through, go ahead and do a follow through for him, and just reverses the process. Takes the butt end of the club, the golf tee, points it right at the club there. This shows the proper plane, okay? Takes the club back, right back, straight back, and then follows through. Boom. Now again, when we're talking about pushing and slicing and cutting the ball, take a backswing for me there, Clayton. If he changes the plane like this is going to cause the slice. This will cause the hook. Now look at the difference as far as we elongated the tee like so. This would be the hook. This would probably be the slice. Again, coming over the top versus coming too far inside. And same thing goes for the follow through also. If he follows through, if he gets too flat, I'll go and do a follow through for me, Clayton. If he goes too flat, that'll also pull the ball to the left, and too far like this will push it out to the right. So there's our push and pull. This is a simple drill. Will cost you all of 1 golf tee on the butt end of your club, 3 golf clubs in your hand, 1 in your hand, 2 lined up to your target. Good swing drill to do in your backyard. Some of these drills this evening we're discussing I like to call all of them backyard drills because a lot of these you do not need to necessarily hit a golf ball. He could sit here right now all evening long, hit an imaginary golf ball there, and just do back and through. Just go ahead and keep doing that for me, Clayton. See, back and through. Simple drill to get your club on its proper path and plane. Okay. Simple as that. Another good drill in regards to just a simple swing. Just using a simple range bucket, or maybe even a ball that you'd have in your, say, like a big rubber ball about this size. I'll go ahead and have Clayton go ahead and grip the club there. Sticks the bucket right between his elbows like so. And what the idea of this drill is to keep yourself at one-piece takeaway. And what I mean by one-piece takeaway is he gets the club head, his hands, and his chest all to take the club away, not separating any of them. Okay, so he does a takeaway, and when he gets the club back, what he tries to do here is it's as if there was water in this bucket. That's what he wants to achieve when he takes the club away. Makes it so that there's like water still in this bucket. He doesn't want to be in a position where the water will dump out forward or obviously reverse. Okay, so here's another good drill, again for path and plane. I'll go ahead and do a follow through for me, Clayton. He just reverses the process, keeping the water in the bucket, or range balls in this matter right here. Whatever gets you to get you to think about one-piece takeaway and one-piece follow-through. Keeps the hands good, chest all moving together, takeaway and follow-through. Very good drill. You come out here, hit range balls wherever you're at, take the bucket. People can maybe laugh at you, but this is a great drill. Stick it right between your arms, takeaway and follow-through. Make sure you keep the water in the bucket, or maybe even the range balls. Think about the range balls staying in the bucket. Another drill I see a lot in amateurs, or a lot of fault I should say, is something called the reverse pivot. And what simply put is, I'll have Clayton here demonstrate it for you what a reverse pivot is. When you take the club back, your weight is going forward, not going back. Ideally, when you take the club back, your weight should be on your back foot. Okay? What Clayton just demonstrated, he'll go ahead and right from the start there, Clayton. Take the club right back. All his weight is on his front foot. So when he follows through, he's going to reverse his pivot. Follows through, look, and now all his weight's on his back foot. That right heel should be up in the air, ideally. Drills to fix this, and I've been working on this with Clayton. Go ahead and show him the 1 foot up here drill. Good drill for the reverse pivot is you lift up your left foot and then do a follow through. Obviously, with the left foot up in the air, you must get your weight to your right foot. It has to get back. Must get back. You notice how he follows through properly. Goes up, follows through, getting the weight back. If you notice, his motion there is similar to that of maybe throwing a ball, softball, baseball. Good analogy is skipping rocks on a lake. I've used that one a lot. Amazing, a lot of people can associate that with a golf swing. I'm going to take this club out of his hand, and I want Clayton to demonstrate skipping rocks on a lake for us. Show the body motion of skipping rocks on a lake. See how he drove his hips through, got his weight from his back foot to his front foot properly, and all his weight got transferred, and he put a lot of power on that ball. That's the idea here in our golf swings, is to generate as much power as possible. If we do a reverse pivot, obviously there's no power. There's no power being loaded up on his right side, just like how he skipped rocks on a lake. All his weight went forward, so then when he does the follow through, all his weight goes back. He will probably lose a lot of power and a lot of energy in this golf swing because of that reverse pivot. So this is a good drill for him here. When he takes the club back, lifts up his left foot, and follows through. Okay? And again, simulating the skipping rocks on a lake is also a very good analogy for the golf swing. Again, keeping that right elbow close to your side, because he's a right side dominant person. He throws the ball right-handed. He does everything right-sided. So he takes that ball, think of it like skipping rocks on a lake, drives his hips through, releases the ball, just like how he would had he had a rock in his hand. Those are some pretty good drills right there to cure hopefully common flaws in your golf swing. One other thing we want to talk on is something that we don't like to talk about, and it's called the laterals, otherwise known as the shanks. That is I see Ed over there laughing. If anybody's ever had this problem before, it's very bad. It's something where you say the word and it makes people cringe. And I'm not going to have Clayton demonstrate it, but I'm going to have him have a wedge in his hand. What he's pretty much doing here, folks, is when he does shank the golf ball, is he's coming through, and what's happening is the hosel of the club is hitting the ball. What I mean by the hosel, let me have this here for a second. The hosel is indicated right here on the golf club. The ball is hitting this area right here, and the ball is just going to shoot straight right. Obviously, in this game, we want to hit the ball straight. We don't want to hit it straight right. Reason for that can be many issues. One, and he's doing right there, standing maybe too close to the golf ball. Obviously, standing too close to it will cause the hosel of the club to hit the ball first and causing it to go right. The swing path itself could be coming too far from the outside, getting that hosel to come through again, and we'll review again about coming from over the top, separating the right elbow too much, or just swinging too much from the top, getting the hosel of the club to hit the ball first. Another cause of the shanks possibly just be something called the sway. So he takes the club back, in his first motion, instead of pivoting, he sways his body. And when he sways, that again gets that hosel right there to the club. Cures to fix it. One was taught to me by a golf coach when I was growing up in high school. Simply put is, you address the ball, and when you take the club back, you take your seam of your shirt right here, and go ahead and do a takeaway for me. Take the seam of your shirt, pointing it at the golf ball. This gets your weight back, it gets you a more full turn, and also gets everything more on target, more on plane. That's a good fix right there. Another one would be, obviously, to stand a little bit further away from the golf ball. Don't crouch it too much. Stand yourself a little more comfortable position. Again, not crowding it so much. And then a third thing to cure the shanks, get the weight more on your heels. A lot of times, again, when we stand too close to the golf ball, we get weight on our forward foot, on your toes too much, and that again will get that hosel to hit the golf ball first. So maybe even rock your weight back on your heels so much so you can get that club to more square. The problem with the sand wedge and the pitching wedge is that hosel is so pronounced that it's much more likely for you to hit that type of shot with a sand wedge or pitching wedge versus the longer iron, 5-iron, 4-iron, whatnot. It can happen, but it's not as pronounced. So that's pretty much everything I think we've covered so far. Ed, do you have any questions regarding?
One thing I was going to ask, some of these, my leash is short back here. On some of these shots and corrections, do you do anything as far as maybe changing a hand position or the position of your stance, whether you would open the stance a little more, close it to either prevent a hook or a slice, or to get a hook or a slice?
Get a hook or a slice.
Or would you just basically alter the swing and not the hand position so much?
The hand position would be, and I used Clayton earlier talking about when he turned his hand under for the hooking of the golf club. The natural hand position on the club should be such as if you're standing at your side and your hands are relaxed at your side. Mm-hmm. This being my right hand, this would be a natural hand position on the golf club. Had it been underneath like so, and I would do a follow through, and I get to my natural hand position, well, that club is just turned 20-some degrees, so which would cause the hooking.
Putting the hand more underneath
would definitely
give you a hook.
If I have a shot that calls for maybe a steep hook, I would do that. That would be one of my things. Keep my weight back on my right foot longer, and also maybe take my grip a little more underneath. Mm-hmm. Versus my natural grip, which is on top of the club. Take it a little more onto the side.
Would you do anything different with the stance, or keep that basically the same?
I'd keep that the same. Okay. And when you're talking about that would be what I do for a hook, and for maybe a cut shot, I would play the ball a little more back in my stance, and then I would kind of concentrate on maybe more of a sway and more of a cut type motion. Like I had Clayton demonstrate the separation, trying to swing from the top, maybe get my right elbow to kind of release a little bit more. That would be if I wanted to slice, if I wanted to hit the left to right shot. More pronounced left to right shot, more of a cut shot.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask a question that's going to give me kind of a free lesson here. Right? Of course, you can always send me a bill later.
Mm-hmm. I know where you live, Ed.
Out here. But a trouble I have is I end up pushing the ball and leaving it off to the side a little bit, and I think it must be in a stance or something. But is there any particular way to, because it doesn't slice really?
It's a straight ball flight.
It's a straight ball off to the right.
Okay. Without looking, the first thing I would look for is the alignment. A lot of times people will hit shots thinking that, okay, that's a poor shot, I'm hitting it out to the right. Well, maybe you're lined up to the right. It could be just as simple as that, especially with a straight ball flight. My first indicator would be possibly alignment. What you think you're lined up to and what you're actually lined up to could be two different things. Mm-hmm. You brought up a good point there as far as a lot of people will line up their body to their target first. Well, obviously in the golf swing, and I'll go ahead, Clayton, go ahead and step to the side here. When you line up to your target, a lot of people will line their body up first and they'll set the club down. Well, obviously if my target is that black and white checkered flag and I set my club down, well, I'm 20 yards to the right. Too many people do not realize that we swing the club. That's what hits the golf ball, not our body. So we must set the club down first to the target, then set your body up. So now if you look at my body, I'm probably 15 yards to the left or maybe 10 yards left of my target, but my club is on the proper line. So that would be my first indicator to look at you first. Probably alignment. If the ball's flight is going straight, I would first check the alignment.
That sounds like something I'm doing wrong. And,
Okay.
That's a good tip. I'll try
Yep,
that.
I see that quite a bit. I see that in all the lessons I give throughout the years. I would say 40% is everyone has an alignment problem. Pretty much what you stated right there. Aiming, hitting, or actually aiming their body to the target and pushing the ball to the right.
Right.
So what happens over a bad habit over time, guess what happens? Club comes up, they separate the hands because they want to pull it to their target. Then all of a sudden a pulled shot becomes a slice over time. See, that's where bad habit can come about. Bad habits in this game come about at any time. At any time, as you well know, as everybody well knows.
From shot to shot.
From shot to shot, they could change at any moment's time. So that's the first thing I would check is the alignment.
Okay.
See what you're lining up.
Are there any other particular drills that you like that you can help?
And I'll have Clayton come back here. Another good drill that I have had a lot of success with, and we talked about weight transfer, is hitting shots with the feet together. And what I mean by feet together is when your feet are almost touching. With this, you cannot sway your body at all. There can be no swaying motion, or you will obviously fall over. With this drill right here, he's going to do a lot of pivoting. Okay, there's going to be a lot of hips and shoulder motion. That's where the power is in the golf swing. The power is here and here, not in the hands, not in the legs so much. I mean, these are power points, but these are the major ones right here, hips and the shoulders. Those need to generate the speed to get the club head going the 120 miles an hour to hit the golf ball and get it its proper distance. So I'm going to have him hit some shots just with his feet together, showing you how far and how solid you can hit a shot just with your feet together, pivoting your shoulders and hips. That was struck pretty well.
We have to, we're running out of our allotted time here, as they say, and so we want to wrap this up. Again, this is WKTV's Golf Instructional Series, WKTV's public television station, serving Wyoming, Kentwood, Gaines Township. We're at the Pines Golf Course, where Pines PGA professional Larry Stewie has been demonstrating various swings, corrections, and some drills. And our demonstrator today was Clayton Thalen, golfer at Granville High School. And we hope that some of the things we are doing in this instructional series and here tonight will help you improve your golf game. Larry, thank you.
You're welcome, Ed. It was fun. My pleasure.
You can purchase a copy of tonight's show for $18, or if you provide the VHS tape, $10. Send your request to the address on your screen or call us at 532-6467. That's 532-6467.